What's happening, all you beautiful people? It's your boy, the Vuvuzela here, and it is episode 75 of the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge. Closing in on the end of the season. Not the best way to end off a season, but it is potentially another trophy, which I suppose is a nice thing. If you guys have enjoyed the series so far, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment or two, and subscribe and get notified. Without further ado, though, we've got two games, the last two games of the season. Hopefully, at the end of these two games, we could lift another trophy. Let's run that intro. Welcome back, folks. It's been a bit of a rough ride since our knockout in the Champions League. We knocked out of the League Cup as well, the Taça Portugal. We've only got the league going for us, and at the moment, ourselves and Benfica are tied on 84 points apiece. We did lose a second game as well to Benfica, by the way, which is why we're in this predicament at the moment. 2 games left of the season. A win in our first game is all we really need, because I don't see them passing the goal difference that we have there. You can see 58 to 86 in the top left-hand side. It's almost impossible that they're going to catch up. Just a quick recap on how we've played over the last few games. Of course, the Atletico 2-2 draw knocking us out of the Champions League was brutal. We did bounce back with a 6-0 win over Rio Ave, which was nice to see. But then a loss to Benfica in the League Cup, and then another loss to Benfica in the Taça Portugal forced my hand to change things up a little bit, which we did. And it's been very good since we've changed things up in terms of formations. We did in between, though, beat Braga 2-0, which essentially took them out of the title race, which was a little bit better for us. But you can see the last 4 games, we have consistently scored 4 goals in every single game. And that is the fact that we beat CS Maritimo 4-0. This is a very heavily rotated squad because we had just come back from that Braga game. That was literally a few days later. Didn't have a full-strength squad. So I decided to go with a rotated squad and see how we did. And Miguel Terrecos finally getting a game or two. We had a couple of injuries and stuff there, so he managed to get in and scored a goal. Hasn't played since, though. We've got better players than him, I just feel. And then we did went on to beat Vitimo Guimarães 4-0. They did have a man sent off late on, but we're already leading 4-0. Mark Pierre-Louis and Figueira both getting on the score sheet. Figueira ending his goal drought of 6 games, which was nice to see. I think he actually did it in the previous game. No, he didn't. He did it, I think, in the Braga. No, it was that game, yeah. Yeah, it was the Rio game where he ended his goal streak. There we go. The 6-game drought. And then we also went on to beat Nacional da Meira 4-2. They scored in the 70th minute, but Figueira picked up 4 goals in that game. He's equaled the record for most goals scored in a league game at 4 goals. And then most recently, Pacos de Ferreira beating them 4-1. Mark Pierre-Louis, Shadid Raza, and Lucas Mash picking up a brace in that one. We've got 2 games left, taking on Estoril Piraia sitting in 14th and CF Estrela Andorra in 15th. The Strada game is the one that I really need to win, this because they're sitting at the bottom of the relegation. They can't get relegated. There's no way that they can fall into those bottom 3. Of course, bottom 2 get relegated. 16th place has a playoff position. Yeah, so the bottom 3 is pretty much sorted. The only difference is Famalicão can potentially drop into relegation, and Firenze can get into 17th. I think only bottom team goes down, and the rest go into like a playoff. We look at, yeah, so first 2 teams get promoted, the rest go into playoffs. Easy as that. So yeah, Famalicão, at least the lowest they can form is a playoff, but they can still get, relegated. Rio Ave can still actually technically get out as well, although they've played a game extra. They can't. Nah, never mind. They relegated. They're done. Well, goal difference, but I mean, yeah. But anyway, I'm digressing. We're going to show you the new tactic. It is a quick little bit of an overhaul, similar to our older tactic that we had, just different roles and no attacking midfielder in this one. We're going to go with 2 strikers. I've decided to go up front. Rest of the positions sort of the same. Only difference is we're playing with a deep line playmaker instead of a regista, and the wing backs are on support and not as fullbacks on attack. That's literally the only difference. Everything else here is exactly the same, mentality-wise, transitions, positions, all that sort of stuff. In terms of what's happening, we're going to jump straight into the game. Of course, we win this game. We've pretty much won the league, although we probably won't get a little cutscene because of the fact that technically Benfica will still be 3 points behind. But yeah, that's just a weird thing there. This is the team that is going to start this game. Just want to put on Domini on the bench as well as Bueno Vaz. We go onto the bench. This is the team that's going to start. The team that started the last game with the exception of Nunes, who is suspended for this game. So Duarte will come in on the right-hand side. Ruta and Cesar will continue their partnership in the middle. Ruta, I'm a little bit bent on him. He's scored 2 goals, 1 assist, 6.98. Hasn't played fantastically for us. And maybe the fact that Orestes got sold was maybe the catalyst to our decline a little bit. Bruder is another one. Of course, we still trying to develop him. He is only 20 years old. He's trying to break in there. Vandermeer on the left-hand side has been absolutely fantastic. 14 assists from him from that left-back position. I thought we were going to miss out on those assists when Barco left, but Vandermeer has definitely stepped up in that category. Maybe not contributing as much as goals, but definitely a decent contribution. So much so that even on paper that Escobar is the better of the two players, Vandermeer tends to be playing a lot better than Escobar lately. And then in the midfield, we're going to go Dula Diath and Moya in the midfield. Those two have been pretty much good. Eletu has dropped off a little bit in recent games, and to the point where I probably will sell him in the summer. I think he is one that might be going. Guna Diath could be another one we could make in just to cash in on that 30 million evaluation. I think at 30 years old, he's kind of reached his peak. We do have the likes of Amir sitting on the bench, as well as Bruno Costa, who can all play in that position quite comfortably as well. So those are options. And then up front, Almeida on the right, Lucas Mash on the left. Both of them have been absolutely fantastic. 35 goal contributions for Almeida this season, 23 from Mash. Absolutely crazy, crazy stats. Raza has taken to a duck in water in that pressing forward role. 7 goals, 4 assists for him. Although, if most of them not from that position. As a striker, he has scored 2 goals and 2 assists. So, definitely finding his calling. He's that weird type of player that can play sort of as a regista, Mazzala, advanced playmaker, or striker. But I kind of want him to be in the squad. So, it is something. And then, of course, Figueira, 29 goals, 4 assists this season. Immensely brilliant from him. Got to give a little shout out to Domini. He is currently on the bench. He's just recovered from an injury, a minor injury. Will feature on the bench, though. Coming from that left flank, though. 1 goal, 3 assists only from that left-hand side. So not as great as I expected. Is maybe someone we can try and cash in on in the summer. Although I feel like Romelu Silva will probably be the most likely one of those left wingers to get sold. Although I do like the fact that he is Portuguese, and that could help us in the long term. Bueno Vaz, I just want to talk about him. Started off life at Porto, absolutely fantastic. More recently, though, in the league, he hasn't been as prolific as I hoped he would. 1 goal, 1 assist in 11 appearances, of course. Had 1 game for the Porto B team as well. Cup competition is where he's really shined. 5 played. 6 goals, 2 assists in 3 assists rather in the cup competition. He has really thrived in that, but he is still young. He is still someone we are looking at developing and potentially being ahead of Almeida in future. Of course, Almeida is still also very young, only 22 years of age. With all that being said, I've spoken enough. Let's go to the game. And we've got our first highlight coming in the 5th minute. Raza looking for Figueira, through on goal. It took us 5 minutes for Figueira to score his 30th goal of the season. A beautiful little assist from Raza. And that's exactly what we brought him in there as that pressing forward to do. Julio Cesar picked out Figueira with the header. And look at that weighted pass. Pinpoint perfect. I mean, Figueira could have taken an extra 2 steps there or so, but he didn't need them. He's buried that past Pinto's net. And right now, as it stands, we are winning the League Portugal. Moya to Figueira goes down in the box. That will be a penalty. And just more woe for Estoril. As that is definitely a penalty, right? Yeah, it is going to be a penalty. Figueira will step up. He is our regular penalty kick taker. Hasn't missed a penalty this season yet. And he's not going to do it tonight. That is a beauty. It's 2-0 up. I'm feeling very confident. I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed now in terms of winning the Liga Portugal. At least we had a bit of a nervy ending towards the season. I won't lie. It was very, very nervy. But I feel like we clutched at the last few games. And the change in tactic has definitely helped. Vandermeer with the long throw. We've scored a couple already from that long throw. Julio Cesar off the bar. Almeida with the rebound. Almeida with his 12th of the season. We 3-0 at 21 minutes. This is looking like to be another ramping, another maybe on course for consistency of another 4 goals per game. This tactic, very attacking tactic, really. We do push a lot of forward. The fact that Almeida and Mash both being on attacking inside forwards. You've got Raza on support. You've got another attacker. You've got 2 strikers. Essentially, you have 4 strikers all playing in and around that box area. Mash picking up to Moya, who likes to venture forward. Duath goes short to Raza, looking for options. Raza turns and shoots. Oh! 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 Oh, what a goal! Our youngster, our wonder kid that we brought up in from Thun 8 days. Look at that turn and just pots it in. Oh, what a finish. What a finish. Oh, that's things you love to see. Raza. Estrella have only had 1 shot this entire game. Mash with the corner, going to go short to Figueira. Looking for options, picks up Mash again. Good position. Vandermeer takes the shot. Elijah Vandermeer. Get in. It's 5-0 before halftime. And this is the Porto team that I was hoping to see in the Champions League this season. It hasn't come to fruition. Possibly next season. I do have quite a bit of plans for next season as well, though. But what a finish from Vandermeer. That was absolutely breathtaking finish from the youngster. I think only 22 years of age, Vandermeer. 23. He's 23. He had a birthday in June. Going to be 24. Absolutely fantastic. We've controlled possession. That's what we wanted. We've literally just shut them out of this game. XG of 0.15 from Australia. They've got a throw in, though, right now. They've given the ball away to Mash. Gunnar Duath playing the DM role. Gives the ball away to Federico. And they're playing a little bit at the back. They're trying to just keep hold of the ball. I think that is the name of the game right now for Australia. They need to do something just to try and prevent us from pushing forward, because it seems like every time we get possession and move forward, we score a goal. And I think they're just trying to do damage control at this point. All the way back to their goalkeeper. We do have a high press on the other teams, and they've given the ball away to Duarte. Almeida now looking for options. That was a terrible tackle from Federico. Almeida just came back from an injury. Please don't tell me he's injured. Federico sent off. Almeida is fine. He's not injured. Okay, that's good. He's looking for that. He's looking for that. He really is. Duarte with the free kick now. Looking for Raza. Picks up Raza in a good spot. Looking for options. Can't find the options. Good defending. They're claiming penalty. Oh, I don't know if that was a penalty. That might be a little bit dubious there. I don't know if that's a penalty, guys. Like, if that is, I feel very bad for Estrella Pereira. They are really hard done by that. Yeah, okay. I didn't think it was a penalty. I feel like if it was a penalty, that would have been really, really harsh on their side. Going to do some swaps just to keep guys fresh for the last game of the season. Of course, probably not going to matter too much. Amir can come in there for Duath. Costa can come in as well. I'll take Almeida off. Mash is actually looking very tired. We'll take Mash off for Darmani. You know what? Figueira, Raza, they're looking good. I'm not going to make those. Julio Cesar can come off for Alonso. We're giving Alonso a little bit more game time on that left-hand side. We are trying to develop his weaker foot as well. I'm going to keep the 1 sub just in case. But at the moment, we have just been absolutely dominating this game. And that's what I want you to see. in all the games, of course. Like the other games that we won 4-0 and 4-2 and 4-1, we weren't really dominating like we have. Score a goal like that. Oh my goodness. Outside of the, what was that? That was a like weird little shot from Domin. I didn't even expect that to go in. I was just rambling on about how we haven't dominated the other games. But look at this. Just, you know, he's like, okay, well, let me just boink. What a finish, actually. Pinto got a hand to it. I don't think it was going that fast that he couldn't hold it, but good finish on Darmani. Was a little bit poor on their side, I think. I think they've just thrown in the towel. Still only the one shot in this entire game from them. Absolutely poor. They've had a corner at least. Well, not two. There you go. They had a shot on target. We gave them one at the end there, but that is it. Theoretically, the league can still be won by Benfica if there is a massive goal swing, 30-plus goal swing. I mean, extremely unlikely that we're going to lose 15-0 and they're going to win 15-0. Let's be honest. Almeida has picked up that injury. He is going to be out for 10 days. So he won't feature in the final game of the season. For that final game of the season, though, I think it's a great opportunity to give you guys a look at some of the reserve players, some of the guys playing on the outskirts. I'm not going to play a first team for that one. I want to give some of the other guys a little bit of a chance. We'll come back for that game. Right, guys, we're back for the final game of the season. I can pretty much guarantee we've won the league. Mathematically, Benfica have a chance, but I mean, they've got to, Benfica are playing Braga, and they've got to beat Braga by like 15, 16 goals, and they've got to hope that we lose by 15, 16 goals. Probably not going to happen. With that being said, we are playing a fully rotated squad as much as I possibly could. Fabio Cruz getting his first ever start in the League Portugal for Porto. He played 6 games and 16 games back in the day in 2026, 2027. Hasn't played a lot of football for us since then. Played a couple of games for the Porto B team, which is nice, but he is going to start a league game. Duarte is going to start on the right-hand side. Nunes is our regular starter, so I'm going to give Duarte a little bit more game time. Border and Alonso, the two future centre-backs. Alonso, by the way, in the next-gen top 50, he was number 26 in the under-19 category for the next Golden Boy. So fantastic little centre-back. He has dropped his development a little bit more in recent terms, but that's because we've just been changing his training a little bit. There's always a little bit of a drop-off, but I mean, we picked him up for 8.5 million from Talleres in Argentina, and he seems to be like a very, very good defender for us. Escobar still recovering from his injury. He's going to start this game. I am going to have Van der Meer on the bench just in case. Midfield is going to be Amir and Bruno Costa. They're going to be starting this one. Costa as the deep-lying playmaker, Amir as the Segunde Volante. I think as a Segunde Volante position I've never really used much in terms of this. The other, just these bad finishing is really just the issue. Yeah, he is a better deep-lying playmaker, but Bruno Costa, who, if we look at his stats as a Segunda Volante, is probably just a little bit worse. Although, is he a little bit worse off? He's got a little bit better finishing. You know what? Let's see how that goes. Swap those two around. Let's see. Anyway, Bueno Vaz is going to be on the right. Romu Silva on the left. Possibly Silva's last game for us. Up front, we're going to go with Raza and Pierre-Louis. We do definitely need another striker coming in, but I do have a very, very, very good striker in the Porto B team, currently out on loan. But we'll talk about all of the transfers and stuff from next season. Let's go to the game, taking on Estrela Amadora at home. A victory here, or even a draw here today. I don't want Duarte to be the captain. He's just come in. We don't actually have all of my regular choice captains are not actually in the team at the moment. I suppose Duarte is actually the best. You know, Amir can come in there as an option. He's been there a little bit longer than anybody else out of the top leadership guys. So we'll give it to Amir as the stand-in captain for today. Like I said, we've pretty much guaranteed to win it. You're going to lift the trophy at home, which would be absolutely fantastic. Unless, by some miracle, we lose by 30 goals and Benfica win, then yeah. But yeah, it should be a pretty much plain sailing thing. I just noticed Emiliano Martinez is their manager. The former goalkeeper who ended off his career in Saudi not too long ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Huh. Not bad, hey? Not bad for him. He went for 16 million there and actually stayed pretty decent goalkeeper throughout his time in this save. So well done to him. Managing Estrada, I think good little notch for him as well to say that they've made it into the top 5. I think they are. They're sitting currently in 5th. They can't drop lower than that. So shout out to them. They can't finish any higher than what they've currently finished. Nowhere near the goals, though. That's where he is. Buenovez, Raza. Back to Amir. A good ball to Silva now. Silva running down the wing. Beautifully done. Looking for options. Pierre-Louis. Looking for options. And Shadid Raza is there. What a finish. Bit of a mistake between Ono and Low. Gave Raza the opportunity to cut inside and put that in the back of the net. Was it Low? I think I just threw Low under the bus for no reason. It was Low. Low tried to clear his line, smashed it straight into Raza. Raza's control there was brilliant, and we've taken the lead 1-0, finishing off in style. I wonder if we can score another 7 and make it a 100-goal difference. I'm overthinking things, though. Although we have consistently scored 4 goals in the last 5 games, so at least 4 goals in the last 5 games. Maybe we can score another 4 here, though. Probably not looking too hopeful, I won't lie. We don't have the best of attacking prowess that we have on there. Of course, all of our top goal scorers, with the exception of Pierre-Louis, is currently on the bench or not in the starting 11. All the others haven't scored double figures this season, so there's that to consider. I mean, you look at the likes of Almeida, Mash, Pierre-Louis, Figueira, Darmani, they're all on double figures in terms of goals. So, yeah, we're doing well. We're doing well. It's a nice little finish. Kickoff highlight for the second half. Estrella trying their best. They haven't given up. They've come close on a couple of occasions. This is another occasion, though. Cruz, easy save for him in the end. Getting his first start as a goalkeeper since I've been here, at least. Never had a game. Of course, Sagawa was ahead of him at the time when I came in as well. So never really... He's a decent backup, I guess. Escobar, Silva. Never complained. I like that, though. Silva cuts inside. Beautiful. Amir couldn't get to that poor pass from him in the end. Costa picks up Amir. Costa back to Silva. Good ball to Raza. He makes it 2. Raza's into double figures with 11 goals this season now. And you know what? For a guy that's been on the fringe a lot this season, he has contributed a lot of vital goals and vital assists as well. Let's not count that out. And I've got big hopes for him next season. Playing as that pressing forward, I think we might have found the secret code to getting Raza to be the full potential that I've seen in him since day one. I mean, picked him up from our youth academy in Thun. I think he was from the youth academy. We had a look at that earlier. I didn't actually look if he came from the youth academy in Thun. I'll have a quick look now. But Buder now looking for Amir. Raza back to Amir. Silva looking for options. Cuts inside. Pierre-Louis. He gets in on the action. He's 17th goal of the season. I think he was onside. I don't think he was offside. Players are celebrating. They're celebrating for the wrong reason, though. It is offside. It's going to stay 2-0. Don't need to see the highlight. Raza quickly. No, he didn't come. He got him from a free transfer from Belgium. KSC Lorcan Timze. I mean, that was just a massive buy from us. Coming in on a free transfer. Played 21 games for us. Thun under 21. He went straight to the under 21 squad. That was it. Because they were playing in the lower leagues in Switzerland at the time. That's why it's registered there. Right. I was going to make some swaps, but they've got a highlight now, and it's moving forward. Romeo looking for options. He's picked up Rodriguez. A good ball in there for Kolar. Defensive let him a little bit open. Cruz, easy save for him in the end. Hasn't really been tested at the moment. I was going to do a sub, and then they just decided to have a highlight as I was looking for the sub. Bruno Costa. Amir. Beautiful ball to Silva. Cuts inside to Amir, looking for Pierre-Louis. Couldn't pick him up. Escobar. Interesting tackle. I mean, he was in front of the player, and he didn't need to do that. He's left himself exposed there with Rodriguez, but his ball wasn't good enough. Raza His first touch was poor. He wins it back, though. Look at the commitment on the pressing forward. And here he is again now, running forward with Bueno Vaz cutting in from him. Vaz cuts inside. Pierre-Louis this time. I think this time he was offside, though. I think legitly was offside. I don't think that's going to count. Am I wrong again? I'm not wrong this time. That looked very much offside to me. We are going to make some swaps. I need to skip the highlight. Let's make some swaps quickly. Some guys just looking a little bit tired, giving other guys a bit of a run. Bueno Costa looking a little bit worse for wear out there. We'll bring on Kuna Duath as the volante. Escobar, a bit worried about his fitness, so we'll bring on Vandermeer. I don't want to get him a long-term injury or anything like that. Elsewhere, Pierre-Louis not having the best of games. We're going to bring in Das Neves to play as a striker. Not really a striker in any means necessary, but I think he's got the attributes to be a decent striker. Other than his finishing, I think he's not a bad one. He's a bit short to be a good striker, but we'll give him benefit of the doubt. Play him as a striker. Just train someone up there as a little bit as an extra option, and to help his game a little bit more as well. Then elsewhere, Bueno Vaz not having the best of games either. Wonder if Bueno Vaz would be a better striker. No, he wouldn't. We'll put in Das Neves. We'll keep Vaz on for a little bit longer. If need be, I can always bring on Figueira, which I don't really want to. But if need be, we can bring him on if Vaz doesn't improve a little. In fact, you know what? Doesn't matter. We're winning the game. We've won the league. Doesn't matter in the slightest. The biggest concern now will just be injuries and red cards, I guess, because we kind of want our players for next season. And with 15 minutes left to go, we've got a free kick here. Raza with the free kick. Takes a direct shot. Ono with a good save there from the free kick. I think it went just wide and hit the bar. I don't think the keeper touched that. Elsewhere, though, Benfica are beating Braga 1-0. So they're about 14 goals short of their target. And about 17 goals behind where we should be. So anyway, Raza, I love just drumming that home that we've basically won the league on a huge goal difference. There was never a doubt going into the last two games, to be honest. Romeo hits it up over the top. I think that would be the last highlight. We don't need another highlight football manager. Just show us lifting the trophy. We can win a second Liga Portugal in a row for Porto. As the players line up there to get their trophy. Only showing the first team players, not showing anybody else. I mean, the fact that likes of Diaz and Figueira and a whole bunch of other guys that have been absolutely instrumental in helping us lift this trophy. It is another trophy to add to the cabinet, adding to our goal to try and get into that Hall of Fame. We are very far behind it. We are the champions of Portugal once again. Biblical scenes, really. Gotta love it. Congratulations to the boys. We are the champions of Portugal once again. We retained a trophy. I've got a little prize there. You can't see it behind my head. But we've done it. We've won a trophy. Absolutely fantastic. Before we go away for this episode, I'm going to come back for that season review. We're going to have a quick season review. And we'll take it from there. Well, folks, we're back for the end of season review. 3 trophies this season, winning the League Portugal, the Allianz Cup, and the Supertarca Candanino de Oliveira Vodafone Cup. Fantastic. 3 trophy haul isn't a bad one by any stretch of the imagination. And yeah, some of the signings that we had this season. According to the signing of the season goes to Henderson Bueno Vaz at 13.25 million. 7 goals, 4 assists, 725. Personally, I would say Vandermeer was our signing of the season. 16.5 million, 6 goals, 15 assists. Was absolutely fantastic on that left flank for us. And then I've got to give another shout out as well to a player that, according to this, didn't do too well with 708. But I think Hossam Amir, when called upon, did produce what we wanted to do. And 12.25 million seemed like a lot of money at the time, but it turned out to be a decent little deal. One deal, though, with 42 million is absolutely a crazy amount of money that we spent on him with 21 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist, 701 as a centre-back. Questions need to be answered on that one, though. I did think he was a good replacement on paper to Orestes, but maybe just, first season Jutters, we're willing to give him another little try out as well. In terms of transfers out, I think our biggest loss was, of course, Orestes going to Real Madrid. 7.34 at Real Madrid. We got 65 million for him in the end, which isn't bad, I guess. Not a bad little option in there, but yeah, the board weren't happy about that. And the other transfers, though, the board seemed pretty much okay. The Cho one was bad because of the loss we made on him, but I mean, he was never going to break into that first team. He was really struggling just for general fitness and stuff in the team. The other one, 25 million to Tottenham. Barco, 26 subs appearances, 1 goal for Tottenham. Absolutely, they dropped the ball massively on Barco for 25 million we got for him. Raul Perez at 31 million, managed 4 assists in the Premier League. I think between these two, the 56 million we got for these two wingers, absolutely bargain considering how much we got in return from Van der Meer. Same can be said for Marcio at 39 million. Only played 12 games for Manchester United. No goals, no assists, 6.77 rating. Not a good return from them in terms of big transfers that they spent on him. The other big transfer that I, was umming and ahhing about was Wahid Fagir at 12.75 million going to Dortmund. Scored 20 goals for them. Not bad in 40 games. Maybe that was a little bit more of a loss than we needed since we started using 2 strikers towards the end of the season. But we didn't need that, though, because Herman Fagir, 26 goals in the league, 90 points, 94 goal difference. We did have that wobble towards the end, and I say it's a wobble. Like, we lost one and drew one in the last few games of the league. I mean, not really a wobble thing. The biggest wobble, though, came to Atletico Madrid. We were doing so well in the Champions League in the early stages when we just lost to Real Madrid and Monaco, which wasn't ideal. But we bounced back with wins over Man City, Arsenal, and Lille, who were all in the top half. But I really wanted to beat Atletico, and unfortunately wasn't going to happen. In terms of biggest wins, beating Pombal 9-0 in the Taça de Portugal, biggest win in Porto's history. Let's not forget the likes of Raza scoring a hat-trick in that one. His first hat-trick for the club, and his only hat-trick to date. And then, of course, goal of the season goes to, who would goal of the season? Moya for his strike against Academia. I thought maybe the Domini one might have had a bit of a interest. In terms of money, though, we're down quite a bit of money in terms of all the broadcasting revenue, corporate hospitalities, and all that. But we do make a little bit more money on sponsorships, which is good. We're still on 4.5 stars. I feel like if we'd gotten further in the Champions League, that could have gone up to 5. Bulgaria, no doubts, on top shirt Salah, Mash, Almeida, Victor, and Terekos, which is an interesting one at 20, our 5th best one. How we lined up, this is pretty much the strongest squad that we had this season. The likes of Orestes, Marcio, who did actually play very well in the first half of the season, coming in there and performing. And yeah, let's just see some of the records broken, like I mentioned. Most clean sheets by player in the season. Florian Diaz, 29 clean sheets. Thiago Almeida breaking the assist record, which was Domini broke last season with 24. Fans player of the season goes to Thiago Almeida, 7.6 average. He also wins the young player of the season. We mentioned earlier signing, and then goal of the season we mentioned. Top goal scorer, 31 goals in total for Herman Figueira, 24 assists for Almeida, 7 man of the matches for Almeida. That's 1 behind the record from Domini with 8. And then highest average rating, 7.6. And Duath with our best completion rate. I won a whole bunch of awards for best manager. So yeah, that's everything in the timeline, ladies and gents. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Connected the all-time 11. Do any of our players get in the all-time 11? Marsh is there. That's nice to see. He was the one that's been inducted. We've got Mash. We've got Figueira there. We've got Terekos, Almeida. Who else from our current team? Anyone on the bench? Florian Diaz is on the bench. That's nice to see. Duath also on the bench. So yeah, a couple of guys in the all-time 11. We'll see you guys on Monday for the transfer special. Well, folks, there you have it. Champions of Portugal once again. 2 wins in a row for us in the Liga Portugal. But we really, really want that Champions League football. We want that Champions League trophy. That is what we're gunning for next season. We've got a transfer special coming up on Monday. Make sure you guys are subscribed and notified so you don't miss out on any new videos that pop up. Monday to Friday, there's a Vuvuzela Victory Challenge available for you guys. We're pressing on until FM25 comes out. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Leave a comment or two. Your boy, the Vaslap, is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.